obviously we're AFC Southall. What's our club initials? Athletic Football Club Southall. Yeah, their chairman, obviously I'm not going to say his name, he used to come and watch our games, funny enough. He used to come down back in 2011, 2012, watch our games here and there. 2020 comes around, we just start seeing promotions of Southall AFC. So I'm getting phone calls going, have you rebranded your football team? Have you started another team? I'm like, no, never of that. And then we looked into it and we was like, hold up a minute, he knows who we are, he knows our team name, and you've just named your team the same team, but just the other way around. That sounds a bit suspect. And then, but where it comes in is, if you want to come into Southall, you want to start a football team, fair play. Listen, it's fair game for all. But don't come in and say you're the best after being a team only running since January. Then the derby came up before lockdown. Unfortunately, one of our players tested positive for corona. So what do we do? The right action, look, got to cancel the game. End of the day, health and safety is the most important, especially in this climate. The boys might be fit, but they live with, grandparents, this, that, and the other. We can't afford to do any of that. We cancelled the game, and what do we? And then they start putting hashtags up. Hashtag they didn't want it. Hashtag they're bottlers. This, that, and the other. Their managers calling us bottlers, saying this, that, and the other. Okay, so you're making light of a subject, going, someone's tested positive for corona, but apparently we're bottlers because we're taking safety. That's the first thing I find disgusting, because if you're gonna run a team and you want the publicity, you shouldn't be making light of these subjects. And on top of that, you're calling us bottlers because of that. Not a problem. Now for me being a friendly rivalry, now we're coming to put 5 past you.
I wouldn't like to say we was the first, because there was always lots of different clips up of people taking free kicks, but there was no team consistently filming a game and sort of telling a story really. So it was good to be considered the first pioneers to sort of pave the way for others to come on board. Yeah, since we've left, I did a video on my channel about ranking different YouTube teams and seeing what they're putting into it in terms of the production value, right down to the story they're telling, the personalities behind it. Yeah, there's so many teams. I didn't even realise, just doing your research, typing Sunday League Football Grassroots into YouTube, there's almost going towards 100 teams that I've found. There's ridiculous amounts of teams, and the reason a lot of people don't know a lot of them is because it's becoming quite a saturated thing. There's teams with 10, 15 subscribers, but they're still putting in the same level of effort, really trying to graft and get out there. And I think if everyone just does the same thing, we're all going to, everyone's going to get noticed at some point. It only takes that one game. It was with us as well. Nobody knew who we were until Nosey got kicked in the head, kung fu kick, and it just went viral. We were lucky, really. We were considered one of the first to do it, but we were also very lucky to have things that happened in games. And you'll find it as well as you go to film. You might not have had that big snowball video that takes off, but something's going to happen in the season, whether it be an absolute screamer of a goal, a back and forth game, or a fight. Whatever it might be that kicks your channel off, something's going to happen in the game. It's football at the end of the day, so just got to wait for it, mate. And clickbait, thumbnail, get it all up there, and just push it out there. But no, honestly, you're doing a really good job. It's really good to see.
Like I said, every team.
Danny's saying you didn't answer my question though, so don't.
Yeah, but what did you say? He said, I get it's your opinion, but based off what? Based off the fact we beat you 5-1. It wasn't even like a little 2-1. It was 5. We put 5 goals past your keeper. 5.
How many?
5.
Oh,
5 goals. So do you know what I mean? They took kickoff 6 times. So that's all I need to say on it. At the end of the day, we've beaten you 5-1. So there's literally there's nothing else to say about it. If we get them in the cup, that would be sick. I'm buzzing for that. Obviously, I think we'd win. It's my team. I'm going to back my team all the way. But yeah.
To all football, and I'm going to stick it on a few coaches. I'm going to stick it on a few professional coaches as well, academy coaches. See all you academy coaches that are running around telling people about players having bad attitudes. You lot are all dickheads. I'm letting you know now, you're all fucking idiots. So you're not an educator. You're not a developer. You're a fucking clown. What you are is a pretender. Don't tell me about a player having a bad attitude. There's 2 types of coaches, those you can and those you can't. Everybody lives a different life, and we have a different path, and you have to understand that when these players turn up to training, everyone's got different burdens, different pressures on them, and they don't know how to channel that, and they don't know how to let that out properly. And sometimes people do have bad attitudes, but it's not their bad attitude that affect how training goes or how their playing goes. It's you as a man, you as an individual, you as an educator, as a developer. If you're struggling to work with a player, you're struggling to work with him. It's up to it's your duty, it's your responsibility to get the best out of that person. So when Rondo challenged me, or when any player challenges me, I don't see it as a right, get him out the door, just because it's a challenge. That's what kind of bullshit is that? That in itself goes against, that it's contradictory. That in itself goes against everything that I am as a person. How can I be teaching a player not to quit if the second he challenges me, I kick him out? And we're making massive decisions on players' futures, scholarships, pro contracts. I'm saying now he's got a bad attitude. Now he's got a bad attitude. Maybe you're just a shit coach.
And then one of their players turned around and he was like, he goes, "Oi, stop chatting to them, man. Stop chatting to them, man." And we were like, "Ooh." Do you know what I mean? Just like thinking, all right, mate. And he turned around and he went, "Where are you in the league? Yeah, what are you saying? Where are you in the league?" And we were like, "Bruv, you've played 2 more games than us. There's nothing we can do about you being above us because you've played 2 more games. We win our 2 games in hand. We're above you. What do you want us to say?" And then he turned around and he went, "All right, come see me in the car park." We were like, "What?" Come see me in the car park. So one of my players, Chris, turned around to him and he went, excuse me, and called him by his number. And he was like, "Can I just ask you a question, please?" And he was like, "Yeah, what?" And he goes, "Which car park? There's 2 over there." You know what I mean?